I'm Liv, your emotionally exhausted, chronically online host. And every week we talk about life, relationships, internet chaos, bad decisions, awkward moments, and all the things that spiral way faster than they should. Welcome back to This Escalated Quickly.
Picture this. You're in dating app limbo. You're going to bed. You think you're texting your one interest of the week. And then your thumbs do a tiny homophobic miracle of betrayal, and you send an I love you to the wrong person. That second after you hit send, the one where your chest drops 2 floors and you consider moving to Greenland, that's the hook.
If you stick around for the next 10 minutes, I promise, a messy week of texts that spiral like a sitcom plot, awkward voicemails that never should have been left, hot takes, and the exact kind of advice your best friend would give, which means it's equal parts comforting and brutally honest. You'll laugh, you'll wince, and you might even learn 2 survival moves for the next time your thumbs betray you.
Okay, cast of characters. There's Taylor, the sender, charming, flaky, texting from bed at 1 a.m., emotionally available-ish. There's Jordan, the unintended recipient, quiet, recently reactivated on dating apps, and shockingly prone to saving voicemails. And then there's the group chat, a rotating crew of friends who treat calamity like a spectator sport. Context: this is peak situationship territory. Flirty halves, ambiguous plans, and enough subtext to wallpaper a small apartment.
So here's the accident. Taylor is composing a sweet, borderline adorable message to the person they've been ghosting and unghosting for a month. They intend to type, I love your laugh, which is safe, specific, and not life-altering. But their phone, yoked to autocorrect and midnight brain fog, decides to be dramatic. Taylor hits send, the bubble turns blue. There it is. I love you. No qualifiers, no context, no parental advisory.
Immediate reaction, silence. Then 2 dots. Then 3, the kind of typing indicator that feels like a jury deliberating. Taylor tries to unsend. Many phones now have that little salvation, but not in this universe. It's delivered. Panic sets in, and careers as a rational adult go on temporary hiatus.
First dumb decision. Taylor texts, wait, no, I meant I love your laugh, lol. That is a sentence that lives in the cemetery of bad recoveries. Slap a little lol on it, and you've officially started a press conference you can't control. Jordan replies with, are you okay? Which is the polite equivalent of, what the actual heck? Taylor responds with an audio message, a shaky 17-second voicemail where they try to explain autocorrect like it's a force majeure. Then the group chat becomes active. Someone posts a supportive GIF. Someone else suggests honesty's the best policy, like we're in a rom-com montage. And my personal favorite, the friend who votes to double down and confess, because apparently we all watch too many TV shows where confession equals resolution. Bad advice pours in like it's on tap. Escalation looks like this. Jordan, confused but curious, forwards Taylor's message to a mutual friend with the caption, oh my god, read this. The mutual friend reacts with a meme that, in context, reads as passive-aggressive. Taylor sees that reaction and assumes the emotional equivalent of trench warfare has begun. Taylor then leaves a voicemail for Jordan, in which they explain their own feelings in excruciating detail, mispronounce words from panic, and cry for approximately 3 seconds before saying, I'm fine. It's the kind of voicemail that future generations will study as a case study in oversharing. Here's my chaotic hot take. We do this because technology gives our cowardice tiny outposts. Texting feels safe. You can compose, delete, and pretend you never sent anything. But when it goes wrong, we treat it like a battleground instead of a file corruption. We escalate because social media normalizes performative drama, and because admitting you were awkward feels harder than producing content for 12 strangers. Also, confession, I have done some version of this before, not the full voicemail opera, but the meant to send to my friend messages that find their way to the wrong crush. Humans are predictable in their unpredictability. But let's be useful for a second. Survival rules for when your thumbs betray you. Number 1, don't double down publicly. If you screwed up in private, keep it private. Wave goodbye to group therapy, unless you actually want a placed on mute saga. Number 2, breathe. Wait 10 minutes before responding. Your first immediate reaction is usually your most embarrassing one, so sleep on it. Literally, if you can. Number 3, own it succinctly. If it was a mistake, say, that was meant for someone else. Sorry. A short apology is less dramatic than a 5-paragraph explanation. A few more rapid-fire do this, not that moves. Do not send a follow-up audio confessing your entire romantic biography. Do text a boundary if someone starts weaponizing your mistake. Do take responsibility. Don't blame autocorrect as your primary defense, unless your phone has a PhD in lies. If the fallout is big, consider a short phone call. Voice normalizes things faster than 100 emoji-laden texts. And above all, don't post about it. The internet does not care about nuance. It only loves a headline. Recap. An accidental I love you is the kind of mistake that proves 2 things. 1, our phones are a public relations nightmare, and 2, we will always opt for messy theatricality over quiet repair. If today's story taught you anything, it's that awkwardness is survivable, and that your friends will either roast you or rally for you, sometimes both at once. Also, there is humor in owning your weirdness. If this episode made you cringe, laugh, or feel slightly better about your own texting horrors, do me a favor. Leave a review on your podcast app. Tell us your worst autocorrect story, rate the show, and share it with the friend whose phone is always a ticking social grenade. Reviews keep the chaos coming. And yes, I read them. Subscribe so we can meet again next week with another disaster to analyze. Leave a review, tell a friend, and maybe, just maybe, put your phone on airplane mode before bed.
If today's episode made you laugh, question humanity, or feel slightly better about your own life choices, then my job here is officially done. Stay chaotic. This escalated quickly. I'm Liv, and I'll see you next time.